So hello friends, so welcome to my other video where we will be discussing the role of placenta as a fetal lung. So for this we will be first seeing that how is that exchange is occurring or what are the various partial pressure of various gases in various arteries, veins, umbilical veins and uterine artery, uterine vein, and what is there in the intervillous space. So here I have drawn the diagram of intervillous space. So this is the intervillous space. So intervillous space PO2 is around 30 to 35 and PuCO2 is around 43 mm of Hg. So from mother side, what is coming? Uterine artery is coming. So uterine artery PO2 is around 95 to 100 and PCO2 is around 40, and this blood is getting carried away with the help of uterine vein. So PO2 is around 50 and PCO2 is around 40 mmHg. If you take from the fetal side, umbilical arteries are coming. So umbilical arteries will be having PO2 of 23 mmHg and PCO2 of 48 mmHg, and little oxygenated blood will be carried by umbilical vein, which is only one in number. So PO2 is around 30 and PCO2 will be around 43. So this is in general various concentration of oxygen and CO2. Why I am discussing it? Because ultimately whenever diffusion is occurring, ultimately gradient is playing important role. So what is the gradient here? So if we see gradient is less compared to that of adult. So for oxygen, if you take adult, it was 90 minus almost 45. Gradient was allowed almost around 50. But here for oxygen gradient in fetus is around 7 to 12 mmHg. How this 7 to 12 has come? So say I have taken 35 minus 23. So for that is how this gradient for oxygen has come. And for CO2, it is around 5 mmHg. So gradient is less. So that is the thing which is occurring. We have discussed that for CO2 gradient, even if it is less, it is having a high solubility coefficient. For CO2, it is not a problem. But if you take oxygen transport, so for oxygen transport, there are certain mechanism in our body by which this transport is made possible. So first is what double Bohr effect, which we will be studying in detail. Then see, if you compare fetus with that of adult, hemoglobin concentration, it is having a high hemoglobin concentration. Then next is what? How is HbF? In fetus, there is HbF. So here I have drawn a diagram of adult hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve with that of HbF, that is fetal hemoglobin dissociation curve. So if you see here, HbF is having very high affinity for oxygen. So that is other, you can say, defense mechanism. Not only that, there is an increased concentration of 2,3-DPG is there. So it will also favor shifting of oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve, and in a way it will favors binding of oxygen. And other is they are having a increased cardiac output per unit area. So these are, you can say, certain mechanism in the body for fetus. So we will be seeing double Bohr effect. What is double Bohr effect? So Bohr effect is what? Whenever there is a unloading of oxygen if CO2 is high, or loading of oxygen is occurring if there is CO2 is absence. In other way, there is shift to right or decrease affinity with increased CO2 concentration, and shift to left, or there is increased affinity when CO2 concentration is less. So that is what double Bohr effect. Now, if you see here, what is occurring at the level of placenta? So placenta is having maternal side and fetal side. So on maternal side, as we have studied previously, CO2 is diffusing from fetal side. CO2 is diffusing from fetal side to maternal side. So maternal side will be having high PCO2. So whenever there is a high PCO2, curve is shift to right, which will cause decrease affinity. So as a result of this decrease affinity, unloading of oxygen will occur. So this is occurring on maternal side. So on fetal side, reverse is occurring. Now CO2 is diffusing away from the fetal side. So on fetal side, CO2 is less. So as a result of that, what will occur? There will be increased affinity of oxygen, or oxygen will be carried in a better way. So this is double Bohr effect. Why double Bohr effect? On maternal side, there is one type of Bohr effect is seen, and on fetal side, again Bohr effect is seen. So that is why it is known as double Bohr effect. So similarly, now we'll see what is there for CO2 transport. So for CO2 transport, there is a double Haldane effect. So Haldane effect is what? Unloading of CO2 in presence of oxygen and loading of CO2 in absence of oxygen. So similarly, again placenta. On maternal side, what is there? Oxygen is diffusing away. So what is there? CO2 concentration is decreasing. So what will happen? There will be more and more loading of CO2 which will occur on maternal side. Similarly, on fetal side, what is happening? Oxygen is diffusing towards the fetal side. So what is there? There is an increased PO2. So as a result of that, what will happen? On fetal side, unloading of CO2 will occur. So that way they are favoring. So this Haldane effect, you can say double side it is occurring, maternal side as well as fetal side. So it is affecting, it is helping CO2 transport. So thus to summarize, fetus is like a Mount Everest in utero. Why Mount Everest in utero? Because fetus is at the risk of hypoxia. But all these physiological mechanism will make transport of oxygen and CO2 possible. So I hope this video has clearer your concept. Thanks.